are live.
And we're live.
Yay, welcome to the unmarketed, untweeted show. We have one person watching. How you doing? Two lonely people watching. Welcome. Oh, we're on fire now. Everyone's coming.
Everyone's coming.
Lovely.
Yeah, and there is one more stream on YouTube that I cannot delete. It's just mayhem. It's just mayhem. When KNTX is not here, when he rack pulls, it's horrible. It's
a decoy stream.
Yeah, it's a decoy stream. We are just testing if everyone pays attention, and just having fun. We three of us.
Yeah, well, we got the diehard fans in here. Alan Fiss, Aim, Lost Legacy, Mexican Girl.
We have everyone here. Alan, the Dutch Hexagon, Oscar Lycia, Lost Big Bitfiness. Hello, Gabo. Who's Gabo? This is a new one.
What's Lichter Lycia? That sounds like
Hex
a disease.
Hex Pulse Win.
Hex Pulse Win.
Hexican Girl. Jesus Christ! It's everyone. It's everyone. Girl. Everyone's coming. Hexy Queen. Bakes. Steve. There's so many.
We the fire marshal will want to know how many people are showing up here. It's terrible. We have a limit
of people
that we can fit into this thing.
You're popular, Papa B. You know it. It's everyone. Everyone is here because of you.
Me? I don't like people. I want them all to go away and enjoy themselves.
Okay, yeah. So
what's new in HEX and PulseChain?
Go try the testnet. That's all I can tell you. Try staking.
Try that bridge.
The bridge.
Enjoy it and love it, and report any bugs now or forever hold your bugs.
First, find the bugs.
So, public service announcement. Find the bugs.
And
identify the bugs. Report the bugs.
then eat them.
Where to report them, Peter?
Free protein.
Do not eat them. Report them on the GitLab.
Yeah.
Shit.
What did you want to say? What announcement, Papa B?
Well, I have a few things to announce. Interesting public service announcements. They aren't all fantastically positive, but I wanted to bring them to people's attention. If I may, just get this out of the way at the beginning so we can have a good time, if you don't mind.
Yeah, speak your
Let's start with the Debbie Downer stuff. Okay, here we go.
Debbie Downer.
All right, finally, there's two big breakthroughs I want to share with people in terms of security. Number one, we can now attach kind of an average dollar amount to the amounts of loss over the last 4 days that I've been seeing through DMs and people coming to me in chat and having been rinsed. And that amount in 4 days is roughly $100,000 of HEX and other assets. So if you don't want to be one of those people, pay attention to your secure $100,000, Peter.
Lost
and that's
per
money
day.
That's only reported. Lost 4 days. So 25K a day average or last 4 days. It's real and it's ramping up. It's serious. And I don't want you guys to join those ranks of the people that are wrecked. Why? Again, because I'm a selfish bastard and I don't want the attackers to get your funds that you deserve and dump that price on our fucking heads. That's number one. So everybody get yourself a Trezor or a Ledger, preferably a Trezor. That's my favorite. I don't know. You decide for yourself, but those two brands don't come to me with, I got a something, pal. Do you like this, Papa B? I don't like anything made in China. Again, I'm embroiled in these debates with people that say, but it's great. It was so cool. And I thought I'd pick it up and it was a good price. And I said, did you ever stop to think where it was made? Well, I don't know. That's a key thing that you should definitely look at. That's the first public service announcement. Second public service announcement is, as we suspected, a very smart gentleman in chat, I think his name, he goes by Vivo. He confirmed that there is a residual file that is encrypted in everybody's platform, be it your phone or your PC. The encrypted file is a store of the seed in Metamask in a file which has the same constant name across every machine that it's loaded on, easy to find, encrypted, yes, decrypted by the same password you use to log into MetaMask. Not very secure. That means if you have a keylogger on your system and they get your password for that browser-based extension known as MetaMask, they then can find the file because they already know where it is located and what it's called. Am I tripping out, or is that you guys?
What?
No, you're fine.
Continue. You're fine on my end.
Is that me? It's
Just
me. Hold on.
yeah, probably you. Not me or Cryptomatic. You're frozen now. We lost him.
Dorsey said in the chat, I missed the start. You haven't missed much. We're really just starting now. So
Yeah, we're just 6 minute live.
yeah,
Because,
we're only
Am I
30
back
minutes late.
again?
But
Am I back again?
Restart at
Did I freeze
keylogger.
up and I got hosed. Okay, sorry. If you get a keylogger, and I know a lot of you thank you. Thank you. I know a lot of you have heard this time and time again. You hear me now?
Yeah, continue. Please.
Go. Keylogger.
Thanks. All right. I know a lot of you have heard this before, and because it sounds familiar, it's because I fucking say it day in, day out. So don't get bored of it. Go and spread the word. Get a keylogger. Your password on MetaMask is owned. That's all it's protecting it. Now we know for proof positive, there is a residual file that unless you uninstall and reinstall and generate a brand new 12-word seed phrase wallet, it will remain untouched and easy to extract. And they already know the password to unencrypt it. And then you're totally owned. Your seeds are in the wild. So please get a hardware wallet and only use MetaMask as your front end ability, with the ability to connect up with the front end of a smart contract like go.hex.com/stake. It is an elegant tool to use in that regard, but not as a wallet to trust your funds on. Don't stake to it. Don't do anything. If you already have, then get 2 hardware wallets and migrate to one and use the other one as your vault. That's all I got to say. That's the news.
Yeah.
From me.
It's not all you want to say. You can say anything right now.
I love you.
Like Hexyquin says.
Hi, Hexyquin. Ow.
I won't kick you. I will do the opposite. I will make the show just about you, Puppy.
Oh,
maybe
I can't be banned to the ship's galley.
Go
or the brig. No, get this
you.
down. No. You've got my bad side now, which is pretty much any side nowadays.
What?
Yeah. So what's up with you guys?
You had your chance to do your worst, and you just missed it. I'm sorry, Puppy.
I'm feeling very serious now. These numbers are real. I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off at the attackers, and I'm really upset that people come and they come into the chat and they forget to welcome new people aboard, and they say, "Great, just send that from Coinbase right to your MetaMask, and then you can sacrifice from there." Yeah. And then I got to wake up from a deep sleep, come out of my casket, and say, "Did nobody mention the hardware wallet?" What up, Johnny?
Oh my,
hey, Johnny.
Hello. Caskets.
The DJ has summoned me.
Yes.
Okay.
Thanks for coming through.
So you're like a demon that can be summoned. Okay.
I had a fantastic time. I went down to the Riverboat event with the Sparbuck crew. Yeah. I took my flight on a whim to go down there and visit, and I came down just for the day of the Riverboat party. And I get to the front of the line with my VIP pass and my boarding pass, and they say, "We're going to need proof of COVID or a negative sample or a negative test." And the boat leaves in 30 minutes. So, of course, I got pissed. because I was totally unaware of this. I just spent $1,200 to fly down there and get my suite and everything. So, here it is, like 30 minutes before the boat launches, and they're like, "No, you can't pass." Okay, so I got mad. I had it out with them a bit. I'm like, "Who the hell do you think rented the top of the damn boat? It's our community here." So, and there's like 100, 150 people there at the event, and everybody's all pissed off. And I was pissed off, so I walked away and traded out my outfit, stuffed my hair up underneath my hat, put my glasses on, traded coats with Alan, walked up there, changed my demeanor completely, walked up to the mall cop, and he says, "Where's your proof of ID?"
Wait a minute, Johnny. When you say you changed your demeanor, did you saunter up to him and say, "I do declare, perhaps I have misplaced my COVID perpetuals, and I would like to board
I just kind of walked up like this, and I said, oh, no problem, guys. Let me get that for you right here. Oh, here's my copy. Take that. Oh, thank you so very much. Thank you so much. You guys have a wonderful day."
And then I walked into the middle of the party, still in the hat, still with the glasses, still walking like with the same demeanor, and everybody's watching me like, "Who's this guy? We don't know who's this guy." And I get to the middle of the party, I pop off my hat, take off my glasses, let down my hair, and everybody just erupts in laughter.
Did you get the blood capsules coming out of the mouth, and then you start sneezing on people and stuff? That would be awesome.
Later, the guy comes walking through, right, the security, and I'd already changed back the way I was, and I just kind of smiled at him as he walked by, and I'm kind of like, what are you going to do? Chuck me off the boat in a room with 150 people that love and adore me? I don't think so. What are they going to do at that point, right? The boat had already left dock, so it was funny, but I mean, it's like,
yes, give her your seed. Many have. That's hysterical. This person heard me being a foolio on the chat and going absolutely ballistic on somebody, and I mentioned that you're probably going to go off and enjoy your full bush Tracy Lords days on some crap website and go and
Tracy
download
Lords.
shit.
Now I get it. Yeah.
Now you get it, right? Yes.
Not your keys, not your crypto.
Not your seeds, not your.
So you duped the security to get into the boat event. Amazing.
Yes.
Amazing.
And then we played around.
Paladin YYZ, thank you for the $15.
Yeah, so of course, average crypto influencer had to make an appearance at the party too, and we had some fun with that too. So I brought the stupid wig and the the glasses, and we had to play around with that a little bit too. So it was fun. Fun event. It looks like they're doing like a go-kart thing in Texas.
Okay.
Don't know what that's about yet, but.
But what's the crowd like? Is it like because at these meetups, is it mostly Hexicans from your experience, or new people too, or is it a mix of both?
No, with this particular event, it was all Hexicans at this
because Mexicans.
Are you cold, Johnny? You seem a little bit frozen there.
Hexicans or Mexicans?
I'm sorry.
Get a frozen Johnny now.
Johnny fell asleep. We're doing well with the stream today, guys.
Yeah,
it's
awesome.
It's awesome.
Pulling all the bells and whistles. Pulling all the stuff.
Hey,
and then there was a whale.
What's going on, guys?
Get the Caribbean heat here to de-thaw our Johnny.
We are watching Frozen Johnny.
Yeah, I figured he was like, rugged self again or something. His internet or his camera sucks. I can't remember which one it is.
Probably the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, who knows what it is, man.
Oh my god. So Richard was on Crypto Banter earlier, dancing with the Furus.
Good for him. Well, actually, I feel sorry for him. I cannot do that. So.
Yeah.
Johnny in mid sneeze. I like that.
He got
but
cut off
all his tactics, like going on the show, the Rolex thing, the
Louis
Vuitton thing.
If
you look at, how
this is Johnny now.
successful the PulseX sacrifice is.
That's a good one.
No, I'm saying all these strategies are working. If you look at how successful the PulseX
100%.
sacrifice is going, I mean,
100%.
you can't argue with that. That it's all. It might be cringe sometimes, etc., but it's all totally working out. There's Johnny back. Hey.
Yeah.
Hold on, John.
So it was totally just mostly hexagons, already hexagons at the event. So
it's like a meetup.
Yeah, it was a meetup, and it was fun. And I mean, really, the thing was, we weren't like going to the rest of the boat. It was just we rented out like one level, and we weren't like interacting with anybody else on the ship. It was just our group. Right. So there's like several levels of the ship that had like the casino and stuff on it. On the floor that we had, we were playing with fake chips, and basically who had the most chips at the end won hex prizes. Okay. And it was really funny because we got into this thing where we were hodling, right? It's like we won so much and then we didn't want to lose.
Wales, we have this comment. Please tell the gentleman yes.
100%. Yeah, 100%. And the reason why...
Not the financial advice, but yes.
It is not good to invest in. It is great to invest in.
Yeah, I'm going to explain
financial advice.
Yeah, if y'all would shut the hell up, I could explain why.
Go ahead, Wales. You're always talking. Come on.
Well, it's because the information I provide is typically worth hearing. Might want to clean your ears there, probably.
Speaking of ear cleaning, I had my ears cleaned today.
There you go. See,
professionally,
timing is everything.
They took out a hairball this big. It was amazing. There was no brain tissue left in the cranium. Such hairball. Continue.
Yes, sir.
Come on, E.F. Hutton.
EF Hutton. Oh, EF Hutton. I love those commercials. You remember those commercials? Everybody would get quiet. Somebody played it at some point.
Wait.
My broker says, in the long run, that kind of investment could be a good idea. What's your broker say?
Well, my broker is E.F. Hutton. And E.F. Hutton says...
And Will says,
that's awesome.
Did you notice he had a pocket watch and a fob?
Yep. Dude looked like he was from the 1800s, yo.
My broker says he
is straight money. So check it out. This is why you can never be late to Hex. Hex is designed to not only appreciate in value, but also provide yield. Right, and these are two unique aspects of the system that are there to benefit you, the buyer of Hex. Fun fact, those of us that are already in the system don't actually benefit by anybody else entering, because the reality is that when you go on ahead, stake your Hex and get shares and then start earning yield, you're entering the pool that is only one size. So you're basically diminishing the ratio or the pro rata share that's going around to all the stakers already. And that's the beautiful thing about the system. It's designed ever so properly that even though new entrants come in and they do dilute the pool, it is not to the point where it's detrimental to your position, because you still have capital appreciation to augment that little offset that you get from people entering the system. Because the reality is when people enter, that means they're more than likely buying in most cases. So if you're entering with $500, $1,000, $5,000, $50,000, whatever the monetary value is, the system will always work the same for you with respect to your economic power. So whatever you bring to the table is what you bring to the table, no matter what. Right, but this coin is going to compensate you properly with respect to your economic mass. No other coin is going to do that. They're just going to watch you hold it and be on the holders list, and that's it. This coin is going to pay you for holding it in crypto that goes up in value over time. Whoa, what happened? He fell off.
Johnny,
We lost
Johnny
him.
went to the John.
Johnny went to the
He
John.
just gave up.
But that's in
calling it
short
broken.
why
He
you.
was convinced. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he probably just ran to go buy some. But
Yeah.
that's in short why you want to get some HEX. You want to get some yield. You want to make some good money. What's up with your cam? Is that your camera?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I got a new computer. I've got like
Yeah, I know.
It's
been a shit show ever since the new computer, bro. Honestly. I don't know what happened, but it was better before, man. It's like you always drop
I was
these.
streaming from my cell phone before, man.
Yeah, well there you go. Reverberate. Revert.
Yeah, Hex is the only coin that literally has to go down 40% per year consecutively for you to lose money.
Right. Think about that one.
You know, if you're staked for 10 years, it literally would have to go down 40% every single year for 10 years.
Check this out. This is great. I'm glad you brought this up. Check this out. At the end, because somebody asked me when's doubling, when's the next double? At the end of Big Payday, which previous to this point in time that we're living through right now, from September to now, that month of November, Big Payday was the biggest selling occurrence in HEX history, and we did 167x from that low. Not even from that low, it was even more. But I'm just going from the bottom, like early December, to the top in September 14th, 19th, whatever it was. We did 167x. We've been selling. People have been selling HEX for the past freaking 4 months, like morons. And guess what?
They did before Big Payday too. They made that mistake before, and everybody that did it is sorely regretting it.
Oh, aren't they? So what do you think is going to happen once this rampage of selling ends and there is no more reason for sellers to sell? Because guess what? They sold everything. Because the buying's never stopped, right? Mm-hmm. The buying's never stopped. It's the dollar volume of the selling, because the sellers are horrible sellers. They're not even good sellers. So they fuck themselves.
Horrible people.
Oh, no. They're not horrible people. They're horrible sellers. They're two distinct things. We don't give a fuck if anybody sells, but we care if you're a stupid fuck that doesn't know how to sell. Two different things.
Yeah, they're selling against themselves. They're putting themselves in a position where they are getting the least possible value out of what they're selling, and it's just, but it's what's learned behavior in the crypto space was get in, get out, like hot potato. They don't, there's not been an asset that earns like HEX earns, and they don't know what they're tossing away because they're just going with old habits. They're playing the hot potato game, and it's unfortunate, and this will only last as people get more educated. I don't think they're viewing our content. I don't think they understand that there's any different. They're playing old games by old rules, and in those rules, that type of behavior is perfectly fine. But the game's changed, and HEX is like the only crypto that has a damn user's manual. They're throwing out the instructions, and they're trying to play the old game like they know it, right? And that's the big problem. And it's hard to get people into HEX because they don't want to read the rule book. They don't want to understand what EES means. They don't want to understand that, look, if you buy mining equipment, you're not getting that money back. Do you look at your mining equipment and go, oh, my mining equipment is down this much a day? No. Well, in essence, HEX, your initial buy-in is your mining equipment. People want to put a value on that, and they want to sell their business before their business has the chance to get off the ground. You don't do that. In business, you're looking at a 5-year plan anyway before you're out of the red. And people in the crypto space, they want their money now. They want the scams. They want the quick return. They don't understand how to use a real financial product. And when they're faced with it, they're still trying to play it like the old
I'll tell
game.
you one thing. There are very few Randy Halarskis in the crypto space. That is one individual that knows how to speculate in the cryptocurrency game. He's been doing it for years, and he's one person that I would look to for speculative investments. Not just HEX primarily, but speculation. because he understands how to maneuver in this space, right? Because it's just like Johnny said, this space is rife with landmines, and you cannot avoid them. If you don't know how to decipher, right, a scam from a non-scam, you're going to be calling things that are not scams. Everybody does.
Randy's kind of rehabilitated from a lot of his trading because it's like anything else, like even Rich was talking about jobs in the real world do not outperform crypto. I'm still running my shop. I'm still buying product and reselling product. I can 2x all day. I don't need a Bitcoin to do that.
Right.
So I mean, it's really not even a sell point for something that's going to do a 2x at this point. You got to have something that's going to do better than that, because retailers, that's what we do. We 2x all day long. We buy more, we turn it over, and then we retail that again. So, but you can't outperform just the yield that HEX does. It's actually kind of frustrating, especially when you're producing things in the real world, and you've got effort and time and a lot of stuff into that, supplies and costs and overhead, and this thing does everything all on its own, and all you have to do is just be patient. Set terms you can honor, not the terms you set. That's it.
The crypto market performance over the last week, over $1 trillion has just left the crypto market. Just poof, it went down from the high of 2.8 trillion down to, what is it now, 1.5, 1.3. This would have been the perfect opportunity for HEX to totally crash in line with the others, but it's not. We're still sitting at 19 cents, give or take, so that it's totally proven itself already in that correction. Everything else, the Dow Jones, the S&P, everything went down since last Friday, and we're still there. So that kind of shows that everything we are saying on these streams again and again and again, and that Richard keeps pounding on about, is totally valid.
Well, I think it's funny when people are like, oh, it dropped 5 cents. It's a dump. It's dumping. It's 5 cents. Guys, right? That's 25% of 20 cents, a 5 cent move now. That is not massive. That is literally something that one buy fixes in 1 second, and you blinked and it's done.
Well, what happened last night? So last night somebody bought 14 million HEX in like a couple clicks.
Mm-hmm.
And the price went from 17 to 19. Go ahead.
Question. Yeah. Sorry. So yesterday we started to track for just a moment, guys.
You're good, man. You're good.
So yesterday in chat we dealt with the realization of finding that file that Metallic Elmo is referring to, and he's asking the question: well, can it be extracted from the machine, right? Like whisked away, spirited into a safe location, and then reintroduced later for people that don't have a hardware wallet? And the answer is it began there, so there's already the risk that it's been compromised. But in truth, yes, but not across another machine. There seems to be some residue that only allows it to work in that same machine. We weren't successful in taking it to a different device like you would be able to if you had a hardware wallet. So if your seeds are protected by a hardware wallet, you can go to any other platform and plug right in, having the interface connected up, and away you go. You're back online. But if you have this one, file, you run the risk, of course, of it getting corrupted on the way. But if you were to extract it and put it on a secure location, then take it back and put it back into the same machine, and if you reinstall MetaMask, you're hosed, so you can't do that either. Then yes, you probably could do that. Would it be a dependable way to back up your seed or take it off so that the threat vector is out of your hair? The answer is no. I wouldn't recommend it. In theory, yes. In practice, it's not it's a very clunky and kludgy type of way to do it.
And there you have it, folks, from Papa B.
To add to that, I have a software that I'm using. This is since I got hacked on my computer back in 2018. There's a software called Spy Shelter that I have installed on my machine, and it protects your system against the keylogger attacks, and also gives you a warning, like when any of your programs that you might have installed on your Windows machine wants to call home, wants to get a connection towards the internet through some server, and it gives you an extra alert that
yes,
and
but
then you can
yes,
stop that.
Yes, but this database is shared across all of the other what?
Call to action from COTG.
Yes.
Thanks.
Yes.
I guess.
Yep.
Thanks for support.
That was funny.
Yep. Hey, Cryptomatic, listen, that sounds great, but the actual software, the software, these engines that get all these database, query the databases, understand that they're taking their information from a shared database from all the other vendors of such types of things.
Yeah.
Right. So all of these things are equally bad. I don't recommend like resting on your laurels and becoming complacent, thinking that you're getting any better than just a simple lagging indicator type of equivalent of security. You're not protected from these zero-day attacks and focused attacks. So if you think that you're protecting yourself from all potential keyloggers, the answer is absolutely not.
No,
do not trust in this type of thing. It may allow you to sleep at night tonight, but when you get attacked later, there's no recourse. There's nobody with anything to lose. There's no guarantee that the company's going to say, well, yes, thank you for identifying that new threat, DJ Cryptomatic. You got hosed. Now we'll just kind of identify that in our database and put it off to the other vendors and keep selling our product. That's the model. So
it's an addition, though, just to control which
if
software
it makes you feel happy, then
wants
great.
to talk to who, and then you can see, oh, this is.
But you've got a hardware
dodgy,
wallet, right?
Stop it,
You've got a hardware wallet.
Yeah,
you've
yeah.
Got a hardware,
on top
if
of
you've
all
got a
this,
hardware wallet, if you've got a hardware
wallet,
wallet, either a Ledger or Trezor, I don't care if you strip yourself down and paint yourself blue. Do whatever you like, but as long as you have the hardware wallet, understand this is not a unique. Instead of it's not a surrogate for the hardware wallet being used.
Yeah.
The majority of attacks, though, because the space is lazy, the majority of attacks, the majority of people that are using crypto, these majority vectors are give us your seeds. I mean, that is really the majority. They're not. They're it's cool to have the extra protections, and take this stuff because there is a possibility, especially when you're talking about large sums of money. But in essence, look at the crypto space, man. None of those guys do anything. They cheat off each other's homework. They copy and paste. They, most of them don't know how to program. Most of them don't have the know-how to exploit or use any of these attack vectors. And in reality, they're so lazy that they, it's like just I'm going to send out this email and hopefully, I'm going to send out 1,000 emails and hopefully maybe 10 of these people might give me their keys. I mean, that's really the majority of how these hacks take place. Or there are apps that do read, if you're storing your files and on Google, or you're taking a picture, and there are apps that are going to, have access, because you give those apps, do we have access to this? You give them all those permissions.
Wait a minute. Wait, Johnny, you just did the pantomime of you tapping your fucking phone. Do not do anything crypto on your phone, period. I saw that pantomime. It was very subtle, but you're like, access, whatever.
Well, that's what I'm saying, is you're giving access to your phone. Apps,
don't use anything on your phone that's your crypto.
Artenscape, whatever, gems, whatever. Those things are asking for permissions to see those files on your phone, and you're giving it to them when you click that. That's what I was saying, Papa, was, you can't have these files. And
I'm calling it out. I'm highlighting it because every day, where's your MetaMask? Well, it's on my phone. Oh, really? Did it start on your phone? Oh yeah, don't worry. But then I duplicated it on my PC. Explain duplication, please. Well, I typed in my seed. So you introduced it on a keyboard into your PC. Well, where's this PC? Oh, it's my wife's work laptop.
Right. It's good to have dedicated systems too that don't have any extra bullshit added to them.
Don't type your seed phrases at all, ever into anything that looks like a keyboard.
Pen and paper.
No.
That's a good one.
Pen and paper's for backup, but advanced recovery into a hardware wallet only. then the hardware wallet will house that seed.
Yeah.
You've got a backup in the real world etched into some kind of metal, put into a fire safe or hidden in your house somewhere. And the other one is only on the hardware wallet. Hardware wallet gets destroyed, you can easily get a brand new hardware wallet and recover it from the plate that you've already etched. That's it. Nothing else. One place, one time electronic, one place, one time, in your etched into some kind of plate.
That's the way.
Sorry, Johnny, you triggered me with that
How cool
thing.
is this testnet to actually see the testnet developing and all of this progress happening and all of these things being added? Not stories of things that are going to happen, but real code that has actually been written that's actually functional today.
Did you guys hear about this so-called, next week swap?
What?
What?
So for those that are not informed, let me inform you. On Cardano's Samarda chain, they finally attempted to launch a DEX. And that DEX has yet to work. And notice that I spoke in past tense. However, let me restate. I spoke in past tense, and that thing has yet to send a transaction anywhere.
In the meantime, our blocks are filling up, and we're running nice and smooth over there. I have not heard any complaints about any bugs so far. I'm sure there are some, but I think they're being addressed so quickly that they're not having a chance for them to put on them. And it's crazy, right? It doesn't cost anybody anything to go over there and check out the testnet and see what it is. I mean, you really have an option to try it for free before you buy it, and he's pointing.
I'm just saying that we got a super chat. We won't ignore it, Paladin. We'll get right back to you. Go ahead, Johnny.
Go ahead.
No, but there's also a video out if you don't want to mess with installing the testnet on your own machine. There's a great video by a South American YouTuber. Sadly, I forgot the name now. He issued it last week, I think, and you can really see in real time on his stream how fast it works and how flawless. So
Coffee
that's
did
just
one too.
amazing. So you
Coffee
can
did
really,
one too.
he's testing all of it there. It's really cool. I really recommend to.
I saw Coffee's videos. They're great.
Yeah, Coffee too. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Paladin, for your super chat. That's very generous. To answer your question, legit airdrops. The great thing about this community is you're never without the news about airdrops that Richard Hart announces for hexagons and pulsecons to be able to get paid. Free money. Oh yeah, you remember? So Richard's going to announce it. You're going to hear it in the voice chat. We're going to be streaming about it. Everyone's going to be clucking about it. And if that's not enough, understand that anything that you have to claim that we don't talk about is probably suspicious. Anything that comes into your wallet that looks a little bit like a dusting attack, don't touch. Anything that has a dollar amount that's enticing, like 15 grand out of the blue, research it and get your dual data points before you even consider going for moving it or throwing it away or selling it.
The other thing is watch your transactions. Okay, so there was one recently. It was like a gas token. There's $30 worth of token that cost you $40 to claim. So that's a wash right there to begin with, because you didn't know what the value was that you were claiming. So you paid the gas fee, and then another secondary thing popped up. It looked like the transaction failed, and then it had a second one said insufficient funds because I didn't have $12,000 in that wallet. Thank God. The secondary thing came up and made it look like the transaction failed, and then if you would have clicked the other one, it would have you would have allowed it to drain that out of your account.
Yeah, so that was gas, right?
Yeah. So you have to watch your gas fees on anything that you approve, and if it fails, stop. Okay, just stop. Figure out what happened and back away from it, because what they do is they get you in this. They're getting you in this mode of doing the Pavlov dog thing where you just start clicking buttons, right? So this other secondary transaction that came up would have drained your wallet. If you would have had 12,000 in there, poof, it was gone, and it was considered a gas fee. The other thing is these airdrops can also add on gas fees on top of the Ethereum fees, and that's where they're getting their money. So they can add on these additional fees that go into their own wallet. When you're claiming this free airdrop, you're not just paying the Ethereum network. Some of this money can go to them also. So you have to be aware that there are these little tricks and things that they do. So, Papa, you're about ready to punch the button again.
No. You just touched on something very important, and that is permissions. Do go into DBank or Tech.Dapstar, or even Etherscan now has a beautiful, very rudimentary ability to view all of your permissions as they are per wallet, and you can revoke them, because most likely you've gone on to DEX in the past and you have an unlimited transaction because you thought you were being wise by, by giving unlimited transaction capability approval to spend any amount of USDC for any kind of swap for HEX that you wanted to do in the future. Unfortunately, those permissions remain active, and in the case that those are exploitable, you can get rinsed later on for unlimited amounts of USDC. So please go revoke those permissions in any wallet that's important to you. Definitely any wallet that you've staked from. Make sure that that's locked down.
What I do is I have a wallet that I transact on the exchange with that has those permissions, and then I have other wallets that I transfer that money to. So it's in and out, and I'm only risking a small amount, and I don't store money in those wallets. So if those wallets get rinsed, then I'm not concerned. So you do not give permission to all of your wallets in your MetaMask. You only allow one to have those permissions, and you only utilize what you need when you need it, and you move it out of that wallet.
I wonder if that still works though when you have a hardware wallet in between. Like, can they still? Because a transaction is a transaction.
Yes, because you when you approve a transaction on a hardware wallet, you've now circumvented all the security of the hardware wallet. You can get rinsed just as easily. You've actually approved the transaction. It goes straight to the blockchain to withdraw. So has nothing to do with your hardware wallet anymore. You have to be wise about connecting it with sites and approving transactions. You get like 3 attempts to get your head on straight before you actually commit to approving the transaction. Click, and then it's approved. It's gone out of your hands, and you're rinsed.
So to get set up, it does cost you to approve those transactions from a particular wallet. But if it's a wallet that you have right now and you've got funds that are coming into, or you hold in that, you might remove the permissions on that and create a new wallet, and you'll have to pay for the approvals for unlimited spending or whatever on that wallet, and that's the wallet that you use to transact with the exchange with.
Preferably a different seed. Completely different and unique seed, and a wallet attached to that seed, and a different account on a different hardware wallet or soft wallet in this case, because you're being an idiot. So
well,
might as well do that.
The kicker here is, sometimes added security adds added confusion. They end up screwing themselves,
but you got to get your 101 letters to be able to pass go and collect your $200. This is not a game for the absolutely idiotic. You've got to know the basics.
Street Guru has here a question. When I set up my MetaMask, they asked me to enter my seed phrase initially.
No, it's not. That's only when you're doing a recovery. Do not do that. Select new wallet. Do not ever enter your seed phrase.
But I think there is, when you set up a new wallet,
you click on it to put them into order. That's different.
Yeah. That's just re-entering. But
yes, but that's also just a representation of the words. It's not any words that you're typing in. Yeah. So it wouldn't come up on a keylogger, right? It would only be able to get a screen capture to be able to do that, and it's a little bit more difficult. So I would say, if that's what they're talking, if that's what Street Guru is talking about, then that is fine. Remember, you do not rely on your MetaMask seed anyway for anything other than to get the application to work. You don't ever use account number 1. You don't put funds there. You don't stake from it. You don't delegate from it. You don't sacrifice from it. It may be too late for you. If that's too late, then you do the migration to a hardware wallet and you pucker your butthole until you get your airdrop. Then when you get your airdrop, you send it quickly to a vault wallet, and then you start over again.
And then you pucker your asshole.
Then you pucker your asshole for the game.
Highlight. Where's that comment go? See Big Ruck 1. Highlight his comment.
Where is that?
So scroll up a little bit.
Above Street Guru?
Above, below, a little bit below. It's right below.
What was his name, please?
C, the letter C, Big Ruck 1. There you go. Yeah, do that instead. Much safer.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
That's my advice. In fact, I wrote a tweet to such effect yesterday. You know, because now there's an OpenSea hack. So all you little fuck boys with your NFTs
coming for your
NFT.
NFT.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yes. This is what happens when you do fuck with shit that is not real crypto. So enjoy. I'm always going to talk that shit. Yeah, I'm always going to talk that shit. You know why? Because we educate you guys on a weekly basis on what proper cryptocurrency is. The rest of that shit is fake marketing bullshit. That is not cryptocurrency. Do not get it fucking confused. So be mindful of where you stick your keys, folks. Glory holes are not all full of glory.
Oh,
Well,
so true.
Bobby Hexler,
I learned that far too late.
Papa, I'm still confused on something. If your MetaMask is connected to, let's say, Coinbase wallet, are your crypto deposits going to MetaMask, or are they going to Coinbase
Have fun,
wallet?
Papa. I don't read long questions.
Okay. All right.
I don't know.
So the answer is you're using one browser extension wallet with a residue file that has its own seed on your local device, your local desktop or laptop, and you're connecting it up with another hot wallet that is software based and has its residue seed phrase potentially somewhere in memory.
Just sounds
This is bad on top of bad. I don't condone you using any of this shit. You get a hardware wallet as your back end, and you do MetaMask as your front end. Here endeth the lesson. Can you do that? Migrate everything off of one wallet. You don't even have to recover these or migrate these wallets if you haven't staked from them. If you haven't staked from them, you'll get liquid assets on these soft wallets. Please migrate them by spending the gas, you cheap bastard, and sending them over to the address it's on the hardware wallet. Then you can connect the hardware wallet with a front end of MetaMask, then play the damn game right.
So I got a question.
Oh, Mango Junkie.
And please, if you have a question for Wales only, three words or less.
Yes, but Mango, wait, hold on a second. Mango Junkie, if that's what I knew, if that's what I knew it took to get you to stop watching, then I would have done it a long time ago.
Yeah, that was so funny. First Mango Junkies and then only 3-word questions for me.
Hey, you know what? I'll stop talking security as soon as we stop losing $100 grand from a community that's tripping in. I will stop talking about security if we stop the hockey stick of $100 grand lost in 4 days.
Hell yeah, bro. Yeah. Of course, I 100% agree with you.
I would love to not talk about it. I don't want to talk about this shit.
It fucking sucks, bro, because what it means is that it's still topical because people are not doing the right thing.
That's an example question for Wales. Who told us?
Papa P told you. Boom.
So
I mean, isn't it true though, right? This is why we're talking about it, because people are still getting hacked. Otherwise, we wouldn't have to focus on it because it wouldn't be top of mind, you know?
It's very, very important. Security in crypto. I'm sorry.
Every time I stream, I have a damn scrolling tick on the bottom of my screen. So people can read. Please do not share your seed phrase or private keys. And I even added, do not click on random links to that damn message, because people need to understand. Stop playing around on the internet and engaging with random things that you just don't know or understand. It's going to cost you money.
Yep.
Because you're going to interact with that one thing that isn't a scam, and it's going to mess everything else up.
So we've got two ends of the sphere, right? So people that are exposed to HEX first assume that everything's great, right? And then you got the people that have been damaged that assume everything's a scam. So you got the two spectrums there. So the people, one of the detriments of people getting into HEX, because everything has been running at 100% uptime and doing just well, if that's their only experience, they look at other things and they go, hey, look, here's another sacrifice phase for whatever coin. I should be able to do that. No, that doesn't. This is the most unorthodox thing like ever. It really sounds bad.
Unbelievable.
It's basically sending your money to another wallet, right? That it really sounds, to the people that are experienced, it sounds like, oh, send me money, I'll send you two. That's what it sounds like, right?
Mm-hmm.
The only reason we know that this is okay, because we do know who's behind it, and we do know the progress is being made, and we do know there's no reason for him not to drop coins for zero value that are going to increase later. You know, there's no reason for him not to do that.
I think people forget that there's a track record to speak of.
These other things that are going to pop up are going to use similar tactics in order to get you to sacrifice or send to them.
Mm-hmm.
And that you're on your own on that.
Yeah.
Okay. That is not
no track record there.
A good experience with HEX make you susceptible to these other potential things that may or may not be acceptable. They may or may not follow through. Make sure you know who you're sending to, and whether, you know, if they have a track record, what have they produced in the past? You know, this trust that we give on this sacrifice is not given, it's earned. And people need to take that. And there will be other shiny objects.
Repeat that. Johnny, you need to repeat that last part, because I think people do not really give that little bit, that little line right there, too much significance. And they need to.
It should not be given. It should be earned.
Correct. Richard Hart has a track record.
Making these, I can't say it.
Cryptocurrencies.
Making these, what word do I use, Wells? Because I can't say the P word.
Penis?
No. It's not a promise. It's not a promise coin. It's
shit coin.
Yeah, but
well, here's the thing. He's already done it. He's already shown us that he's legit with HEX. Because with HEX, the launch phase was completely not like a sacrifice. He received nothing from anybody. He made it happen.
Yep.
Yeah. Even the gohex.com, this website never went down.
That's right.
Maybe it was maybe a little bit slow in the first days, but it's flawless.
I mean, of course, it probably had glitches or something at the beginning, right? Because it had to get calibrated for proper use because it was brand new, right? But at the same time, it was there to be used, bro. Like, it wasn't like it was a never, like they didn't just ever shut it off.
So it's like the same thing with airdrops. Okay. You don't know what you're getting.
Yeah.
Right. You don't. And you don't know who's behind it. You don't know what you're getting. You don't know whether the coin has any value when you do get it. If the coin will have any value in the future, you don't know. It's a risk you're taking, even when you're claiming the free stuff, because you are out that gas cost. And that last one really cracks me up, because it's like, you spend $40 to get $30 worth of tokens. If you were to dump those tokens, it would cost you another $40. So they got you. It cost you another $40 to trade them on Uniswap. So they got you.
Yep.
Point again.
Yep. Can I quickly answer this one? Yeah, the answer is yes. You may use them in the same browser. You may use them in the same instance of MetaMask. Do not use them at the same time, meaning not physically plugging them in at the same time. That would be idiotic. But also on MetaMask, be sure after you're done with one hardware device, remove the account. Remove the account. You go into the little top right-hand thing underneath the big button, and there's 3 dots. Click that, scroll down, hit that, remove account, and then plug in the next one and do a fresh connection. The end.
And if Papa gets hacked, we're all done with crypto here, y'all.
Yeah. If Papa gets hacked, everybody just might as well.
Everybody.
Hey, you know what? The irony is there's going to be a 0-day attack, and some of us are going to get hit. And we're gonna, someone was joking with me the other day. They said, I'm just counting the days until somebody says, I heard this from Papa and I still got fucked. And then everyone's going to get these pitchforks out and they're going to get light the torches and chase me to the castle. And I'm going to jump to my death to try to get away from them. It's going to be great.
That's funny, man. I'm sorry, but
I
that's
think that's
funny.
what happened with Dracula.
Yo, so somebody asked.
Frankenstein.
So hold on. Somebody asked earlier, what's the definition of crypto at? It's the first line of the abstract of the Bitcoin white paper. So just Google Bitcoin white paper, whatever language you like. It's literally the first line. And the definition is just a coin that exists with no middleman. So something that doesn't trade on centralized exchanges. So if you own a coin and it primarily trades on centralized exchanges, I have bad news for you. That is not a cryptocurrency. That is a security.
I can read it out. A purely peer-to-peer version of electronic cash would allow online payments to be sent directly from one party to another without going through a financial institution.
There you go.
That's the first sentence.
No middleman.
Did you see that super chat, by the way, Peter? Sorry to just call the last one.
Oh yeah, there was a $5 super chat, bro.
Okay. Sorry, I missed this.
Yeah, Johnny in Wales. And
do you expect a run on HEX leading into post launch? It's basically a double stack on both networks post launch.
Correct.
Possibly.
Well,
no, it's definitely a double stack.
Forever, so
it's not necessarily double value. You don't know that until the market decides it.
Yeah.
But yes, you are getting your stacks forked and copied.
Given that there is utility, I'd say that the odds are in our favor for there to be value in those markets.
And thank you for the $5.
Thank you, Derek, for the
KNTX will be very happy.
He's saving up for that reversal surgery.
What's up, Molly? Let me know if you want to join, bro. We'll send you the link.
So the only point I really wanted to drive home is just because you've had a good experience with HEX does not mean you need to trust other faceless entities that cannot be held accountable.
Oh my God.
You said them. So what are we laughing about now?
Nothing.
Johnny's trying to bring home a serious message here.
That's awesome.
Message with y'all. You're a bunch of pirates.
Well,
we don't have KNTX here.
You're not practicing safe HEX, that's for sure.
Safe HEX. Oh man, you guys are too much, man. Oh yeah, about that NASCAR thing. I think they got until tomorrow. So if you wanted to donate, get your donation in there. I think they're hop, skip, and a jump away from reaching the goal too. So if all goes well and we do, the team that's running this show here is able to meet that that fundraiser level, then we'll be having a NASCAR team representing the cryptocurrency of HEX at the Daytona 500, all self-funded by the community once again. And this is, again, the power that we have as community members. It seems like there's just I don't know why, but it seems like there's just a never-ending stream of money that just outpours from this community when something beneficial needs to happen.
Yeah, and it's I don't know. I have the feeling that when there is a meetup, it's always Mexicans because they are the only ones having money in crypto.
Yeah, right.
And when there is someone talking about taxes and crypto, it's always Mexicans.
Yeah,
they're the only
the only reason to talk about it.
Tax problem.
Yeah.
That's because we're moving the space forward, and everybody else is still LARPing.
Literally,
I mean, seriously, they are
literally, Johnny. Shout out to Prague. Hello.
All right.
They take the ideals of crypto and they spit them out, but they don't practice them.
Not at
They
all.
don't understand what immutable is. They don't understand what deflationary is. They don't understand, that there's so much that's just messed up. It's LARPing. It's like, you still see that stuff where it's like, well, one Bitcoin is still worth one Bitcoin. Okay, yeah, and it will always be worth one Bitcoin, but your Bitcoin isn't making you any more Bitcoins now, is it? So all you got is value. So it really doesn't make a lot of sense. Unless, of course, you do what is anti-crypto and you send your keys to somebody else, you know, you give your coins to somebody else and, you know, or you lending, or you trade it for XBTC so you now have a chip to place on a bet on whether or not it's going to go up or down. And that BTC isn't your BTC at that point either. So it's like all of these things, you know, to separate you from your money when crypto is supposed to be about holding your own money.
Correct.
And it's frustrating because
and that's why I point people to the first line of the Bitcoin white paper.
They'll spout like they know what it is,
and they don't know a damn thing.
They still think Bitcoin is deflationary.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you think the new coins come from?
Ain't that some funny ass shit, bro?
Where do you think the bugs come from and the improvements and the upgrades? It's not immutable because if it can be upgraded, it can be changed. Why are they saying these things? It doesn't make any sense.
It's called the lack of comprehension, sir. This is the problem of the world today. Lack of comprehension.
And it's so contradictory, you know.
It's entirely contradictory. How the hell can you call something immutable when it's not?
How can you call something deflationary when it inflates?
Yeah.
What?
It's exactly. Well, that's exactly one of the same.
This is a very nice comment. Easy to laugh at us plebs who want to learn security. Please help us to do security right. Yes, we are stupid in our own eyes.
We're not laughing at you. We're trying to make this an entertaining show.
You know, the biggest problem is not the pleb getting security right with a foundation. The biggest problem are the people that have been in the space for a while and think that they know it all and are still only using Metamask.
Still getting hacked.
And then they're like, what do I do now? Start over, I guess.
Yep.
It's never an easy message to give to anybody, but that's all that you can after they take your, this is all preventative shit. If you don't do it on the front end, you're not going to be able to keep your money on the back end.
Well, if K4K wants to join, well, I can send him a link.
We're going to have an all-night stream. Is that the deal? We're like
I don't know, man.
This is our show.
Looks like it. Looks like it. What time is it in Japan right now?
Well, it's Amir. Let's take a look. Oh, 1:30 a.m. It's okay.
You still young. Five more hours. Yeah. That's no problem.
Five more hours.
So I have a fun one. If you want to talk about the Stockholm syndrome of crypto.
Yeah.
That's the fun one. For you guys who don't know what the term is, Google it. But it's basically where people are being abused, yet they defend their abusers. So what do we have? Okay. Number one, we have people that got wrecked by trying to chase shiny objects. So they've gone back to Bitcoin. So since they're back to Bitcoin because they feel that's the only safe place that they can go, yet it still can drop 85%. So you're like, oh, well, this is the best I got. So you make excuses for it. Then you got the fact that we've got the crypto space that supports waste, right? So it's okay. They understand that they think they understand that waste is value. So what do? It's okay, apparently, to pay mining companies a large sum of money so they can sell you equipment that you don't actually need because the code can be programmed in such a way that makes them obsolete. But people will defend that way because they feel good about the waste that they're spending their money on, and they feel that somehow justifies their value. Then you've got the fact that these influencers show coins that they know they're going to dump on your head, yet people defend these people that they know for a fact are dumping on their head, and then as soon as they mention a coin, it's going to fail, but yet they will continue to defend those influencers because they're their friends, right? So, it's amazing there's so much Stockholm syndrome in crypto where people feel they need to defend whatever. People defend XRP, but yet they know the company continues to dump on their head because they've got bills to pay, right? They know that's going to happen. They know that banks are getting a discounted rate, and that discounted rate allows them to sell at market, which moves the price against their investors. But yet they're okay with that because they like their XRP. They wave their flag, right? So we've got all this Stockholm syndrome where people are used to abuse. The Ethereum gas fees. Oh, that's just the price you pay for business. If you want a good network, you got to pay the price. So it's okay to charge $1,000 fees to do a simple transaction on a network you don't need. You can use a bank. People don't need crypto. Trying to justify this cost and this waste and this necessary cost that is actually unnecessary is insanity. It's absolute insanity. In the meantime, I hear people say, well, I'm just going to stay with ETH because it costs more. Okay. That makes a lot of damn sense when you've got a duplicate network over here that isn't going to exploit and extort you. You like being exploited and extorted? Do you like that? Does it feel good? Does it make you feel good to brag about being extorted and overpaying for goods? Is that what you like?
Are people really saying that?
Yeah, there are people that say, oh, but I trust ETH. I won't go to a new network. The fees are a cost of business. That's just how it is. If you can't afford it, then you shouldn't be on our network. Well, we got an exclusive club. Isn't crypto supposed to be about adoption? Isn't it supposed to be making it easy for new users to onboard? Isn't that how you grow a space, making things easy, accessible, and affordable for all people to transact? Isn't that what it's supposed to be? Or is it a members only club? You got to have at least $50,000 to buy your damn Bitcoin. You have to have at least $2,000 to transact on Ethereum. I don't give a shit if Ethereum goes up to $10,000 if it costs you $5,000 to move it.
Yeah, it's so retarded.
What kind of shit is that?
That's retarded.
How do you explain this to new users? How do you build the space? How do you grow the space when you've got all these people in this space suffering from Stockholm syndrome, defending their abusers? And I'm done.
Nice. I have to address this comment. Mr. AK, this is an invalid question, 3 words or less. So please, if you rephrase it.
Well, Wales, any update? How's that?
No. How about that?
No. There you go.
No.
Yeah. We're getting near the end of the process. And if you're an accredited investor, let me know. Otherwise, there's really nothing else for you to know.
Do you have to be an accredited investor?
Yes, sir.
Oh, man. Really?
Yeah.
So that's $200,000 or more salary and $1 million in cash and assets?
Either or. But we're using crypto net worth as well.
Oh, okay. Then there you go, Hexkins.
Yep. So if you got fiat that you want to earn some fiat on, let me know.
People are always going to go to things that are convenient. You know, the more convenient you can make things for people, the more people have access. So accessibility, affordability, and accessibility, affordability, and availability. That's the 3 things that you got to look for if you want something to thrive. And guys, how do you like? You guys watched Vitalik and his. Yeah, I think we could be done by then.
6 years.
6 years.
Yeah.
we are halfway there.
Yeah,
yes.
I imagine that would be within the realm of possibility for 6 more years.
6 more years.
Yeah. Let's set the goalpost so far out that maybe we'll be, and he's going to be in the same position again, trying to catch up. Oh, I said 6 years. Oh, now what? Now look, the goalpost is here, and it will be on us before we know it, right?
Software is hard, but not that hard.
No, that's politics.
That's system being created from what he started with. Why can't he do it? He's the genius, right?
He's waiting for Richard to have PulseChain, and then he's going to fork PulseChain.
Yeah, just fork it.
End of story. Done.
But this is the part of that conversation that really struck me, that I liked so much. The quote is, not only will Ethereum survive, but it will thrive. So what does that tell you? If you listen very closely, that means the survival of Ethereum is in question. No one asked him that question, but he preemptively addressed that question when nobody was asking it. Not only will it survive, but it will thrive. Which means he himself is questioning the existence of Ethereum right now, and that is not a good look. not a good look. That sounds like a very political sort of thing to say.
How about that locked Ethereum in the hostage stake?
Oh my God, I love that. I don't
I'm
love
not
it for
aware
the
of this.
people.
Enlighten
I don't
me.
love it for the people, but it's so funny because we have been attacked. Who locks their money up for 6 years? That's stupid. Well, guess what? Apparently you do.
Yep.
Oh, that's true.
At
All those
4%,
2.0 stakers at 4%. What a
And
bunch
you
of
don't hold your
schmucks.
keys, and you can't do shit about it.
Yep. They're
Yep.
fucking
Don't you wish
locked
you would have
in.
bought some HEX
Holy
instead?
shit, I hadn't even thought about
And
that.
there was a minimum
You
too, right?
cannot
You had
even
to
ES
Minimum,
32.
yes,
28
32,
ETH or
man.
something.
32.
32 ETH.
Oh,
There are
32,
people
yeah.
out there with they have funds that are stuck, and all they can do is watch the price go down, and they don't even have an EES button.
Yep.
They don't
Yep.
even have
Yep.
so much as an EES button, and they
That's true.
think we're the ones that are really, yeah. That's
I will good account them all.
no good accounting function
I'll
either.
take away all their interest and keep them locked in the system until Vitalik
So-
frees them.
Here's the thing that's even worse about that. They had to delegate that money away. They had to give it away.
Maybe I
And for
can
6
send it
years,
to
they've got the sword of
Martin.
Damocles that whether or not those funds may ever return, they got goxed. They literally got goxed, is what they got. So maybe they'll get their funds back. Maybe it get lost. Maybe they, maybe everything goes good. But the fact is that sword of Damocles is hanging over their head till ETH 2.0 comes out. So Vitalik better get on it. Better be quicker than 6 years. I don't think people want their money locked up for 6 years. They stressed it to us that we're stupid for locking it up for 6 years. So that kind of lets you know what they're thinking, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, go ahead.
Motley, I have sent you the link. It's not some random spammer. It's me. I don't want to seed phrases.
Me and Motley had a great conversation hanging out New Orleans. That was probably like the funnest part of the little adventure. I don't know if you guys caught that stream or not.
Yeah, you had a good stream. Yeah, I saw that.
Did you offer Motley Beads to show you his tits or what? No? Oh. Oh well. Isn't that what they do in New Orleans?
We did go to the pastry shop and eat pastries there. That whatever that thing was called, which was basically a big sugar ball with extra powdered sugar. We were all
That's
really
what I mean.
wired.
Pasties and sugar balls. Exactly.
We were really wired. We were really
Nice.
wired for our stream. Freaking crazy. Powdered sugar is bad stuff, man, in quantity.
But Motley's doing God's work out there with the Nascar. That is amazing.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
man.
gonna
Can
be
come
pretty
to
gangster
fruition.
at Daytona 500 of all places,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
It's
They
like
got the
the Super
mock-up
Bowl.
already, right? They got the mock-up of the whole color scheme on the stuff and everything. It's like the gradient.
yeah.
It's gonna have.
I have Hex Luther. I have no idea what DM2 you're referring to.
What?
Motley wasn't letting anybody spend anything. No, I got it. Your money's no good here.
So I was when you hang out with
very
ballers, man.
Like he bought, we all went out to breakfast, and he grabbed the tab before anybody had a chance to react, and kept he was running the Uber. So by the way, guys, I didn't mean to take off so quick after the Riverboat thing.
Hello.
They're probably going to chase me down with billy clubs and club me later, but arrangements for the Uber. And,
Welcome.
he called me and said it was time to go, so I had to run and go with them because our Uber was sitting there. So sorry I cut out.
Right.
Where's the bonnet?
What's up, gentlemen? Hey, I got
Motley.
I have too many profiles. Some have bonnets, some don't. Some have pulse sex, sparklers. I can't keep track of all of them. No bonnet on this
Everybody's
one.
changing all the
Bonnet
time,
pulled.
right?
Yeah. What's going on, guys?
Not much,
Wait,
man. How you
hold on a
doing?
second. $10 to just simply say a couple words.
$10.
HP, Asus, Apple, Samsung, LG. That's about it.
Most of them.
Hold on, you don't like Toshiba?
Mention
You don't
pretty
like
much all of
Toshiba?
them.
Toshiba would be fine, but they're kind of bankrupt over here in Japan, so they're starting to get they're getting lax on the components that they're bringing in. I don't know where they're made, so I would not go for Toshiba.
Cool.
Good to
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead,
No.
Motley. Sorry about that.
Oh no, you're good. I was coming in to hang out with you guys. I'm on my way to the airport here shortly, going up to Colorado to hang out with some more Hexicans. And
yeah, that's where KNTX is. He rugged us for fun in Colorado.
Yep,
Yeah.
I don't need more snow. Y'all can have more snow. I got plenty here. I'm good.
Yes. Johnny doesn't like to leave his man cave, but luckily he came out to New Orleans, so that was a good time. It was good to see him in person finally.
Nice.
Ooh, sorry about that, guys.
And Cryptomatic, what did you show to camera? What was it? Like,
There's another laptop brand that I like. It's XMG.
what the hell is that?
XMG.
Why is it red?
Is it not even on the wrapper?
Very high performance.
Where does it come from? Where its bones made? The motherboard is all that counts in this case, or the RAM.
China.
It's all from
China,
Japan, I guess, but it's American.
No, it's not. It's not Japanese. Yeah,
they come in German keyboards though.
Oh,
well, they all
thank
do.
you, $5. Thank you for the thank you.
Don't advertise that thing until we know what's going on with it, please. I got
Can I promote
off
something
the back
else
of a
real quick?
boat somewhere. Yes, very good.
Okay, from the entertainment section in Hex, we have a new. I'm no longer alone on Twitch. There's another community DJ now, and he's called DJ Alpha Music. It's in one word, DJ Alpha Music, and he invested in PulseX. So he is now like, I'm the Hex DJ. He's the PulseX DJ.
Can you do
the thing is though, he has a very
or something.
Sorry?
Yeah, battle.
Yeah, we need a DJ battle.
No. It's all friendship and it's not.
No, fuck this.
That's not
Doing turntables at dawn.
We need controversy. We need
like
views.
crabs in a bucket. No. But the thing is, he comes in with already large established community. So he's a big streamer on Twitch. He has 8,000 followers. Hundreds of people watch his morning show. He's live every weekday morning, streaming from Los Angeles in California.
We want war.
Yay!
We
And,
want war.
No, but he's really good.
Have a hair off, you know.
Oh, they got long hair too. Okay.
And he's dedicating parts of his streams now towards Hex and Pulse and
I mean, yeah, he should probably pump his bags. Not a bad idea.
Yeah,
Hex and
so
Pulse and Hex and
I think that's a good addition to what we have going on there. And tonight is actually we're teaming up with a raid situation. So he's starting off first, and then we'll raid over with his crowd into my stream, which starts in about 2.5 hours from now. So just wanted to promote that as a Tuesday Hex raid train, what we have going on Twitch. Taking over Twitch and tomorrow the world. So there you go.
I love this question.
Yes, then we quit crypto forever.
No, I'm just gonna be in a crumpled mess, like in a pool of blood, and I'll just hold up my treasure and I'll say, "Remember me." And you must grab it and start running. Chariots of fire music.
Oh shit.
They used to say crypto is not a question if you get hacked, it's when you get hacked.
Correct.
Right.
Zero-day attacks are coming. Exploits for even hardware wallets are coming. You're a target. I'm definitely a target. It will happen. Just be okay with it and keep at understanding where the industry is going and where these exploits are headed and ones that target us as a community. The weakest ones will be culled from our herd. It's up to you to spread the word quickly to save the rest. That's all you can do.
You got something. I must impart my 2 cents in addition to Papa's. Even if you have a hardware wallet, do yourself the favoring and use a dedicated front end or a dedicated machine. Do not use something that you use for your everyday fuckery, right?
And not KMG.
and thank you for the $55.
Oh my God! Thank you,
KDM. Please come back and straighten up BS.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Well, maybe
that
if he left us some instruction,
will wax up his snowboard for him.
Right.
How long has Pulse been in production now? Just it's been about a year.
8 months, 7-8 months.
4 weeks.
Okay, it's been in 4 weeks, perpetual 4 weeks.
Yes.
So, tell me, why are these other things not doing anything. I mean, you could go on Pulse Network.
You mean Cardano?
Where is the other stuff that's being built?
Yak milk.
And I'm not talking about a copy and paste to somebody else's something. You know,
yeah, that's what everything else is.
And a lot of these, you know, it's like, oh my God, it's like lending platform after lending platform after lending platform. Can we just accept that money doesn't come from lending? Can we accept that concept? You
That's
understand
ridiculous,
that
man.
value creation comes from being at the production source, not from lending your money. Value comes from inflation, the new supply being distributed. It doesn't come from the lending. You know, I think it's just easier for people to accept that lending is where value comes from, because they're from the traditional banking system. That's the only way they know to make more, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like Richard says, when you put your money in the bank, you are not lending it. You are just giving them money to borrow on. The new money comes from inflation. So put yourself to that source. You want to be at that source of where the inflation comes in. You want to be standing there with your bucket, catching that new supply, and that's what staking is. And I don't think people grasp that concept. They believe that there has to be some kind of magic shell game in order to create value, and they fall for the magic shell game, but they can't understand the simplest concept of the fact that you want to be there with your bucket where the inflation falls.
Johnny,
and then you don't have to worry about anybody else.
You got to realize that they don't realize it's a shell game, brother.
Yeah,
well, that's the issue, right? Like, it's not a pretty truth. Like, because when people realize that, then they also realize, hey, like, my net worth is slowly decreasing. Well, more rapidly lately over time, just due to that inflation, to the U.S. dollar getting printed into oblivion. Like,
literally.
Once they figure they don't want to. A lot of people don't want to know. It's just like, you're actually just losing value thanks to the U.S. or not the U.S. government, the Federal Reserve, not even a government entity. You're losing value due to a company that's just printing your dollar into oblivion. So it's a lot of people that just rather live in just blind ignorance than actually know the truth. The truth isn't pretty.
The rest of crypto is working very hard at building narratives and excuses.
Well, they're working. Well, what they're doing actually is working hard at replicating the failed system.
Yeah,
that's what they're doing.
Yeah,
and this is why I speak so stringently against anything that's not actual crypto, meaning no middleman. Right?
Well,
because
it's a failed system for the people, Whales. But what they're doing is they're replicating it and putting themselves at the top, so that they can benefit from the failed system.
That's a good point.
And you know, this ETH cranking up the fees is like death throes.
It's
the
same
like,
difference. You're so right.
We've got them. Let's put the bouncers at the door of the burning building and say, if you want to get out, you got to pay us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're so right, man. That's a great analogy, Johnny.
Look how much pain is out there right now in the crypto market. The majority of the people are just excruciating pain. They're seeing all their value just getting squandered. And guess who's thriving in the middle of all this? Middlemen, right? Like, they're collecting their fees on the way out the door. As people are trying to stop the bleeding, they're just sitting there just collecting. It's like, as they leave the burning building, they're that'll be $100, that'll be $100, that'll be $100, and they continue to make their money regardless. Up, down, pain, joy, like they get theirs before anything else.
Yep. And I think that's important for us to really focus on that, right? Because this is not crypto. That's completely antithetical to what the whole purpose of this industry is supposed to be.
Banks are better than that. You don't pay $50 at the ATM.
Imagine, oh my God,
to get your dollars out.
How fucked
People
up is
would
that?
be rioting in the streets.
Yeah. Transfer your money from your savings to your checking. You don't pay $50 if you want to, just send money to a friend. You don't pay $50.
Think about the cognitive dissonance in claiming, in making the claim that's valuable value that they're extracting for providing a service. That's proper value. Imagine that. I mean, imagine being the moron that makes that claim.
That's what the banks say, but the banks charge much less.
No, sure. The banks, a bank charges, $10, $15, $20, $35, right? Not $100. Just because.
Well, maybe $3 to use an ATM.
Well, to use an ATM, sure, just $3.
Okay, so move your Ethereum for $3.
Yeah, good
You
luck.
can't.
You cannot.
I mean, literally, it's like, you know,
literally cannot.
It's a Roach Motel. You're in, you can't get out because it's going to cost you more to get out than what you got. You know, I mean, you check in, you can't check out, right?
Guys, it was cheap this morning. It only cost me like $20 to move some HEX.
And here's the funny part about that, Molly. They have you convinced that's cheap.
I know, bro. They don't have me convinced of shit.
But that's what's funny, right?
That's just ridiculous. Well, what's really ridiculous is now you're letting them charge people $1,200 to end a stake. That's what's really ridiculous.
That is insane. There's literally no words. And I mean, it's just hilarious because people really try to justify that.
Mm-hmm. They do.
They really try to justify. And then when you try to educate them on real crypto, they sit there and pretend like they know what they're talking about.
Even minting their NFTs, you know, there's a cost in that. There's a cost
$100s every time.
And then they're like, well, if you don't have $1,000 to mint your Bored Ape, you don't need Bored Apes. Well, no.
I can force K4K to like get into the stream.
Bro, K4K is in the chat watching.
Yeah.
Stop highlighting this dude's fucking chats, man. Come on.
But I mean, that's just it, right? You're trying to sell people something they don't need at a premium.
Exactly.
Okay. You don't pay your taxes in crypto. Okay. You don't pay for your groceries in crypto. Most people don't. Okay. This is not something you need. You are able to purchase groceries, food, power, shelter, all of these things that you need. You don't need crypto to do. So why are they charging a premium for it? What makes it better? What was supposed to make it better was it was supposed to be cheaper. It was supposed to be pseudo-anonymous. It was supposed to be immutable. It was supposed to be cheap. It was supposed to be fast. It was supposed to be all these things that now it's becoming less and less. And now it's becoming overpriced, overcrowded, slow, unnecessary. And we need to change that. And without this pulse being made and going back to the fundamentals of what crypto was supposed to be, there's really no use for the space. And I'm not trying to say that as being, you know, a maximalist or whatever, because they like to throw that. See, this is what pisses me off about this, right? New projects to say, well, you're not giving us a chance, or you're not giving us this, or you're not giving us that. Well, you've got to be proven. Okay. And you can't use the same narrative that was used against HEX, because HEX has been proven for the past 2 years. We stuck with it. It has done what it's done. Okay. We've got empirical evidence that we can go back and support that this was the right choice. So you can't just come in, because, you know, we had a lot of stuff at the very beginning of HEX. Well, you guys are just gatekeeping us like you've been gatekeeping. Okay. No. You guys have the free market. Why are you targeting Hexicans? That's my question. Why are you targeting our group? Why aren't you telling everybody else about it? Why just us, right? Because you know where the money is. And generally people go where the money is. And we started this as skeptics. We're still skeptics. If you're trying to hard sell something to the HEX community, then guess what? Prepare to be scrutinized like you've never been scrutinized before, because we are skeptics. We don't just accept things at face value. We don't just say, oh, well, that's a nice guy. I trust this guy. He's a nice guy. Let's let this nice guy screw us over. We're not going to do that. We're going to do our due diligence. We're going to do our research, if we're even interested, because frankly, we're at a point where we don't need to chase shiny objects. We don't need to add complexity to our system. We understand the system that we're in, and we accept the benefits from the system that we have, and we don't necessarily need the extra complexity. So trying to market extra complexity to people that are already wealthy at doing what they're doing, it's the same thing. Like the people that bought Bitcoin a long time ago, they don't need HEX because they've already made their money. You know, they've already made their money back then. That's why they're maxis, because they don't need to chase other shiny objects. They've got enough that they can live on for forever. They don't really care what else is going on. Not when you have what you need, you do not have to chase shiny objects. When you reach that point of having what you need, you don't need to add more complexity. So, you know, it's just kind of frustrating.
Yeah, a bit.
That was classic. Yeah, a bit.
Motley, got any update on your Daytona project.
Yeah, what's the number, bro?
What's the number? What are the visibility aspects that we can expect?
Yeah, so I got you guys. So we've started to collect all the pledges. So if you made a pledge, go to my Twitter. The latest tweet, I put all the information out there. Essentially, we're accepting ETH, USDC, HEX, preferably HEX, or not HEX, preferably USDC. That address that's on my first tweet, and I'll probably pin it here in a second. That's the only address you send to. If you see someone with my profile picture and DMing you, that's not me. Just use that public address I tweeted out. Last I checked the wallet before I left, we were over $300,000 collected from last night. So half the money is collected. I think we're somewhere between 5,000 and 15,000 shy of the goal, as long as everyone donates what they pledged. So far, everyone's been good. Ultimately, usually you have one or two slip through the cracks, so I'd like a little bit of cushion. But we're trying to get that in today. I think we need at least 500 of the 600,000 to essentially put it down, and then we can kind of trickle in the rest later. So I'll be flying most of today. In that tweet, I tagged Agape Hex, and then I can't remember Nikki's Twitter handle, but it's in the tweet. You can reach out to either two of them. They have access to the spreadsheet, and they'll be crossing off your donations. Or let's say if you haven't made a pledge yet and you would like to, message them so they can put you on the spreadsheet, give you credit, all that stuff. Thank you. And then they'll get you all squared away, and they'll keep the spreadsheet organized. Ricky, who is Agape Hex, he does all the videography for Crypto Sparbuck. He's supposed to be setting up a fiat account this morning. So if you guys don't want to send crypto, you can send dirty fiat instead. So he's supposed to be sending that up. Look out for a tweet from him or me on the details of that. So if you want to wire dirty fiat, you can do that. And so we'll get that set up. Also, I linked the Twitter Spaces that Hex Orca set up last night. We brought in JJ Ely, who's going to be the driver. He talked to the community, kind of gave the rundown of NASCAR. It was really cool. Go listen to it. And then at the end, after he left, some of the community members, we all talked and brainstormed different ideas, different like promotional things we can do, different strategies, all that stuff. Was really good listen. So go check out that Twitter Spaces. But yeah, right now we're taking ideas for graphic design. Kool-Aid's working on it a little bit. I think the main goal, and I still have to meet with Kool-Aid and get this refined, and they have their own graphic designing team as well. So we'll do kind of a marriage of everyone's ideas. But I think the main is kind of get a flashy hex gradient on the car. I think that'll look sick. And then it's just going to be essentially hex focused, right? Because it's the only finished, completed product. PulseChain, PulseX would be great, but you don't really have that call to action when you don't have an existing product. So I think the main focus is going to be hex.com, plaster that up there, plaster the 38% APY, fastest appreciating asset, be your own bank, as many eye-catching statements that you can make to kind of grab people's attention. And we've already reached out to Highest of Stakes. They're down to come out there and film that. So they're going to film. They're talking about trying to get a helicopter up there to get some aerial footage of the Hex car. There's going to be 10 to 15 of us on the ground, promoting and shilling to all the big wigs out there in the pits and the garages and the press boxes. If you're a Hexican, come. Like, I think they're sold out, but you can go on some of the scalping websites. Come to Daytona 500, wear your Hex merch, be in the stands. There's not that many people. I mean, there's probably, Cabana knows all these numbers, but there's maybe a few tens of thousands in the stands. Like, imagine them panning over the stands and you just see all the Hex branding and stuff in the stands to match this crazy car that's out there. Like, there's all kinds of cool things that we're looking at as far as drawing traffic to hex.com and promoting the hell out of it and getting everlasting, evergreen content from it. And it's gonna be cool. I'm excited.
And Motley, just Hodl asks, are we getting any hot babes to stand next to the
yeah, I think we can find some. We don't discriminate against hot babes.
Okay, that sounds
tons of
awesome.
I've got models for the new body paint. I was trying to get Maddie in on that. I thought we should do a body paint thing at the.
Well,
convention.
maybe we body paint them as the Hex logo and bring them down to Daytona 500. We might be able to arrange that. Let's say we get some extra donations, right? We have to figure out something to do with the funds. So like my idea was just kind of leave in the wallet and use it for whatever next ad campaign or community driven thing comes up. But maybe we bring a couple of hot chicks and body paint them in Hex and have them walking around NASCAR. Like that'd be cool.
We could. I'll put you in contact with the guy that knows all the guys.
Okay.
I mean, I'm friends with a lot of international renowned body painters, but we're not like as close as like my buddy is with, because he does all the tours with them and everything. So,
right.
I'll put you in contact.
Feel better. Awesome. Let's get the bobs out.
Cabana.
I think that was missing.
Oh, and shout out to Cabana. He is now the #1 donator. I mean, we haven't received his funds yet, so maybe I shouldn't be giving him credit. Cabana, get your funds in. I was the #1 donator for a long time. Then OG Hemp Hexagon passed me up. He put another 10 grand on top of his donation. Wow. And then Cabana just took the first spot, I believe, this morning by pledging more. So shout out to Cabana for the #1 donation currently.
Congrats, all the bobs.
Cabana is saying in the chat, I'm not. So someone's lying.
Congrats anyway, Cabana, because now you are.
Hey, Ricky told me he pledged more money last night, so we'll see.
Okay.
Maybe I'm giving him his credit too soon. I take it back.
I just woke up. What?
I think
yeah, you didn't know, Cabana? You're putting in 300,000. Congrats.
We had to see the other drivers seeing that car going, what is this car? Because all those drivers pay attention to those vehicles.
Yeah.
That was another thing we did too, right? It was a good suggestion from Hex Orca afterwards, and after JJ left and we were just talking as a community. He was just like, hey guys, like, if you get the time, like go out there and tweet JJ, just like, hey, because you got to think about most of these NASCAR drivers, right? Like they're sponsored by big Fortune 500 companies. There's no that personal connection, right? Like even just that Twitter Spaces doesn't really happen. You don't have a community that like rallies behind you and in your racing. Like it's you have Tide or you have M&M's or you have Bush or you have all just these big corporate sponsors. This is like a community of people. So Hexmark was like, reach out to him. Thank him for coming on Twitter Spaces. Tell him that you're looking forward to him being the driver. It's JJ Yealy on Twitter. And just let him know, like that's that extra fire, that extra drive when you don't necessarily have a corporate sponsorship, but you have a community of people that like really care and want to support you. Like it gives you that extra fire to go out there and, win the damn thing. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was a pretty cool idea. So a lot of us were tweeting him out and thanking him for coming on and talking with us. But yeah, it was really cool. And then obviously we want to make him a Hexagon too, right? Because those guys always promote their sponsorship and everything, but it's even better when you make them a Hexagon. And once you become a Hexagon, like you're locked in for life.
Yep.
So he won't have to continue to make another left turn.
Exactly. Exactly.
No, but the car with the hex gradient, it will stand out in the field, the color.
Oh, 100%. 100%. The trick with that is still making the hex logo pop. So we'll have to figure out a cool way to like probably integrate some black onto the car too, so you can really make the logo pop as well. But yeah, I think the hex gradient on the car is the way to go because the car itself will just absolutely stand out.
Yeah.
We were talking about it, Monley, how a lot of these people that are high paid celebrities and stuff and in celebrity type positions, whether it's sports or whether it's acting or whatever, the amount of hours that they have to put in to do the things that they do. And they really understand that meaning of time and the fact that there are like certain time frames that, they're going to be at their peak of their career. And beyond that, they're looking for some type of place to put their wealth and generate additional income when they are retired from whatever sport or occupation that they're in.
Yep.
So it's why we are actually drawing a lot of more celebrity types and actors and
athletes. all the stuff. All these occupations that have an expiration date, essentially, you're at your peak, whether it be because of your youth, your physical prowess, your just ability. Like you have that short time window of 5, 10, maybe a little bit longer if you're lucky. But all those kind of job fields that require you to perform at such a high level, your body, your mind can only maintain that for so long. And then what do you have after that, right? You usually have a very acute set of skills that don't really work anywhere else in any other industry. So a lot of those individuals, if they didn't plan for their future wisely, if they didn't make proper investments during that career where they focused on those set of skills, they struggle when they get out into the outside world because it's not really applicable anywhere else. And if they don't have investments supporting them, then they struggle financially. So this is why HEX is one of the best products ever for industries like professional athletes, actors, stuff like this, where you might only have a 5 to 10 year window to really make your money and then kind of fall back on what you did with that money over that time period. And HEX is the perfect asset for that.
And a way to generate continuous passive income, while they're working the peak of their career, which is really just awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. It's gonna be pretty amazing, and I can't wait.
Cool. You guys got to realize these are the kind of things that I've been talking about since day one. There is nothing out there that provides anybody with this level of opportunity for financial security. So the more people that discover it and hear about it and learn about it, they're not going to have to be a pleb or nothing. They're not going to whatever they were is irrelevant because they've just discovered Mecca. And that's how this is going to ultimately swallow everything up. It's that simple.
Look at this is why I love this Nascar campaign as well, because look at the main audience that you're appealing to. Like, it is a majority blue collar, white collar, hardworking individuals. They do a lot of trade work, that blood, sweat, tears. Like they go out there and bust their ass, and they're usually individuals, and they struggle to get ahead, right? Like they don't make enough money to ever be comfortable. They work until their dying days, or they're too old to enjoy themselves anymore. They're like RG3, right? Like they got a fucked up back. They busted their ass all their lives. Yeah, and it's just it's tough. They're just all the earth people, and they need an asset like this to help them get out of that rat race. Like they truly need something like this. So again, another reason why I find this campaign to be so compelling because it just targets the right audience, I think, for HEX.
I was really worried that you were going to continue on that list. Like he's forgetful, incontinent, like RG3.
Incontinent.
I gotta go.
No need to rehash. We all know.
I saw a post where they had Paris
the salty pirates hanging in there barely.
And they said Paris Hilton's evil. And I was like, yeah, that doesn't surprise me. She enjoys overpaying for overpriced, worthless stuff.
True. Very true.
That's hot. Oh, Paris.
Well, guys, I am going to roll. Thank you guys for having me.
I think we're going to wrap this up, right?
Yeah, we should. It's
good to see your icon as usual, Papa. Keep up.
Great to
Thanks,
see you,
Johnny, for joining.
Yeah, thanks for coming through,
see you.
Later, Johnny.
Later.
Yep. So, are we? Who's going to yell outro? Huh?
Do you have an outro?
Wait. Yes, I have.
Then
before the outro, go check out my Twitter. Go donate if you want to donate. If you made a pledge, go live up to your word, just like you do with the HEX contract. And guys, looking forward to this NASCAR campaign. Let's finish strong. It's not over yet. We still got to make it reality. Outro.
Sure.